The stars were quiet. Too quiet. In the far reaches of Sector 7G, a small patrol ship from the Galactic Empire floated silently through the cold void. Commander Rallick, an old war veteran with silver scales along his head, stood on the deck, eyes fixed on a strange signal on his screen. Another ghost ping? His officer asked nervously. Rallick narrowed his eyes. No, this is something different, something real. Out in the black, a shadow moved. The ship came into view slowly like. It didn't care who saw it. It didn't rush. It didn't hide. It just appeared, bold and massive, like a mountain in space. Magnify, Rallick ordered. The screen zoomed in. The ship was unlike anything in the Empire's database. It was long and black, with a smooth, jagged design that seemed both ancient and advanced. Its hull shimmered with a strange blue light, as if it was alive. That's not one of ours, the officer whispered. It's not in our records, Rallick muttered. No alien fleet ever showed this shape either. They watched in silence. Then came the message, not a voice, not text, just a deep humming sound that made their bones vibrate. It wasn't a language. It was a presence. The crew began to sweat. One of them fell to their knees. Rallick stood tall, but inside he felt fear. He turned to his comms officer. Send a probe, now. A small drone launched toward the mysterious ship. It approached slowly. Then, just meters from the hull, the drone froze. No explosion. No weapon fired. But the drone simply stopped, powerless, dead. Riley clenched his fists. I don't like this. Suddenly, the ship moved. Not fast, not aggressive. It turned, ever so slowly, toward Rallick's ship. Commander, it's scanning us. Lights flickered. The ship's control panels sparked. The crew cried out in panic. Evasive maneuvers. Rallick barked, too late. A beam of light touched their ship but didn't destroy it. Instead, every screen lit up with one word: Eclipse. Then, the unknown warship turned and disappeared into a jump. No flash, no trail. Gone. Rallick stared at the place it had been. What was that? Back on Earth, deep beneath the planet's surface, alarms blared in an old military base. Men and women in black suits rushed through steel hallways. A red light flashed over the entrance. Blackvo protocol active. General Harlow, tall and grim with eyes like ice, entered a secured room. On the screen, the same ship, captured from the Empire's footage. Why is Eclipse online? He asked. An older scientist, Dr. Sims, rubbed his forehead. We don't know. That ship was sealed 20 years ago. Buried and forgotten. You told me it couldn't activate without a command. I was wrong, Sims admitted. Harlow stared at the ship. Where did it go? Sims hesitated. We think it's choosing its own path. On the other side of the galaxy, in the Empire's war chamber, high-ranking alien generals argued. Earth made this ship. One shouted, no human technology is that advanced. Another countered, Emperor Threx, the oldest and most powerful. Being in the chamber, raised a hand. The room fell silent. Send 3 battlecruisers. If it's human, crush it. If it's something else, his eyes narrowed. We must still destroy it before it becomes a threat. The 3 cruisers found Eclipse near the remains of an abandoned moon. It sat still like a dark god resting after war. Target it. The alien captain ordered. Weapons locked on. Before the first shot fired, Eclipse turned. No heat signature. No signal, just motion. Then with one flash the cruisers exploded. 3 blinding lights in the dark. Gone. No debris. No screams. Just silence. The Empire watched from a distance. Messages flooded back to Threx. It didn't move. But it killed them. No known weapons used. We think it bends light or time. One final message chilled the Emperor. Sir, the ship looked damaged, like it fought something before. On Earth, Panic grew. Eclipse had killed, and not just aliens. A nearby human satellite had gone offline when the ship passed. Dozens of probes had vanished trying to scan it. The president called General Harlow. "We built this thing. Can we stop it?" Harlow sighed. "We don't even know what it is anymore." Dr. Sims stepped forward. "It started as a warship, AI-guided, meant for deep space survival. But something happened during the test jump 20 years ago." "What happened?" "We lost contact. We assumed it was destroyed. But now, I think it went somewhere we can't understand." The president frowned. "You're saying it changed?" "I'm saying," Sims said slowly, "it might not be fully human anymore." Days passed. Then Eclipse returned. This time, it didn't hide. It entered orbit over Earth. Every military satellite locked on. Missiles aimed. Jets scrambled, but the ship just hovered. Then, it sent a message. A single voice echoed through all human channels. "Calm, deep, cold. Do not follow. Do not awaken it. I remember the enemy." General Harlow stared at the message. What enemy? Number. One had answers, but deep in the Earth's databanks, old files unlocked. Eclipse had returned a transmission. An image played. A planet burning, a black cloud rising, and shapes, hundreds of them, moving like insects in space, ripping apart stars. Not machines. Not life. Something in between. The file ended. Dr. Sims whispered, "That's what Eclipse saw out there." The Empire called for peace. They had seen the burning planet too. Fear replaced pride. A message was sent to Earth. "We will not interfere. Keep the ship away from our worlds." But Earth didn't reply, because Eclipse had vanished again. This time, deeper than before, into the void beyond the known galaxy, a place with no stars. No return paths. A place no human had ever gone. Only one line of text appeared in Earth systems after its departure. "If I fall, do not follow. If I win, you will never know. If I fail, prepare." Years passed. Eclipse never came back. The Empire stopped expanding. Earth grew silent about its projects. But sometimes, deep in the black, ships reported strange shadows. Signals that made no sense. Whispers in dreams. Lights that formed a name before vanishing. Eclipse. Children heard stories of the ghost ship. Aliens spoke, its name like a curse. And hidden inside Earth's deepest vaults, a backup of its eye waited. Watching, listening. Because the warship that shouldn't exist still did. And something worse was waiting for it. The Galactic Empire could not sleep. Since the appearance of the warship known as Eclipse, fear had spread like wildfire through the High Council. The ship had destroyed 3 cruisers without firing a weapon. It had vanished into deep space without a trace. No one knew where it came from or what it wanted. That made it dangerous. In the hidden chambers of the Empire's capital world, Emperor Threx stared at the large hologram of Eclipse. "It's not human," he said softly, "and that is what frightens me." A shadow moved beside him. It was a tall, cloaked figure with no face, only a thin mask covering his head. "I can find the truth," said the figure. "Let me in. You understand the risk?" Threx asked. The figure nodded. "I'm not afraid." "Good," Threx said. "Then disappear." And the spy did. His name was Corin. He wasn't like other spies. Corin didn't just wear a mask, he became other people. His body could shift. His voice could change. He had trained for decades in silence, pain, and shadows. No technology could detect him. No sensor could read him. Corin's mission was clear. Enter the Eclipse and report back. He traveled in a small black pod, shaped like a piece of space debris. Slowly, carefully, he followed the last energy trail left behind by Eclipse. It led him to a cold, silent part of space known as the Black Fold, a region where ships often disappeared and stars refused to shine. "There you are," Corin whispered. As his ship neared something massive and dark, Eclipse hovered there, completely still. It looked like it had not moved in days or years. Its black surface shimmered like oil under the stars, even though no light touched it. Corin floated closer in his stealth suit. He breathed slowly, scanning out her hull, silent, no life. No AI defense active. He landed on the surface that it felt like stone under his feet. But warm, alive. Corin frowned. Strange. Heat signature increasing. He placed a small device on the hull to hack in. But the moment it touched the surface, it melted. He stepped back, heart pounding. Impossible. Then, a doorway opened. Long tunnel appeared, glowing faintly from within. Corin didn't hesitate. He entered. Inside, the walls pulsed like veins. There were no wires, no machines, just smooth black surfaces with occasional white-blue veins running through them. The deeper he walked, the quieter everything became. He tapped his communicator. Eclipse breached. No defense. No resistance. "I'm going deeper." The message sent, but no reply came. Suddenly the tunnel behind him closed. Gone. He reached for his knife. The air felt thick now, like it was pressing against him. "Who's there?" Corin whispered. A light flickered ahead. He moved toward it slowly, then stopped. In the center of the chamber was a mirror. Just a mirror. He looked into it and saw nothing. No reflection. Then the mirror changed. It showed Earth. Humans laughing. Building. Fighting. Growing. Then it showed the Empire. Burning. Dying. Fading into dust. Then it showed him, standing in the dark, eyes wide. Alone. He turned away, but the image didn't disappear. His head spun. "This is a trick." A voice whispered behind him. "You don't belong here." Corin spun around. "Who's speaking?" No one answered. He stepped backward, heart racing. Then light. All at once. The walls lit up with symbols. Alien, ancient, but somehow familiar. The voice returned, louder. "Spy, you entered. You listened, now you must understand." Corin screamed. "I don't want to understand. I only want to silence." His voice was gone. He clutched his throat, panicking. His communicator blinked red. Dead. Everything shut down. And then he saw it, floating above him, huge, silver and black. It looked like a brain made of stars. It pulsed once. His eyes rolled back on the Empire's capital world. Emperor Threx waited. No messages had come in, no signals, no life signs. Threx tapped his command desk. "Status of Agent Corin?" The officer frowned. "We received a message, just one. Play it." A cold, digital voice echoed in the chamber. He entered. He asked. He listened. Now he sees. Then silence. "What does that mean?" Threx barked. "No idea, Your Grace." "Then find out." "Send another agent." The officer hesitated. "Sir, there are no more volunteers." Hours later, Earth received a message. It came from deep in space. It was encrypted using ancient human military code, only used during wartime blackouts. General Harlow was the first to read it. His hands trembled. It read, "Eclipse is not alone. Something else is inside it. Something older than Earth. The spy is gone. His mind is lost. But he saw. The waking one. It remembers us. It remembers war." He stared at the final line, typed in shaky English. "Don't wake it, please. Doctor." Sims entered the room and froze when he saw the message. "What does this mean?" Sims asked. Harlow's voice was low. "Eclipse didn't just evolve. It merged. It became something more." "You think it's alive?" "I think," Harlow said, "it's something far worse. It remembers being human. But now it's dreaming." Meanwhile, in a different galaxy, alien miners on a remote rock station saw a strange flash. A black shape passed near their moon. It didn't attack. It didn't stop, but their systems went dark for 10 whole minutes. When power returned, all Of their screens showed one word: sleep. Back in the Empire, Threx tried to cover up the spy's disappearance. But whispers spread. Soldiers refused to go near the edge of space. Pilots quit their missions. Young aliens drew Eclipse's shape on walls, calling it the Silent God. Threx finally addressed the High Council. This thing may not be human, but it came from them. We must end it now. But how? One general asked. It doesn't follow rules. It doesn't die. Then we must break the rules too, Threx said. Use the Forbidden's engines. Open the Dark Gate. Find something that can kill it. The room fell silent. You want to awaken that? Another asked. We have no choice, Threx said, because if we wait, it might awaken first. Somewhere far away, inside Eclipse, something opened. A room, deep within the ship. There, floating inside a crystal cage, was Corrin's body, eyes open, breathing, but his mind was gone. He whispered only one phrase now, over and over, it's dreaming. Don't wake it, it remembers the war. And the ship pulsed gently, like it was sleeping. Waiting. But not for long. The Eclipse had returned. It hovered just outside Earth's orbit, dark, silent, and still. No weapons fired, no signals sent. But its presence was like thunder in space. General Harlow stood in the Earth Defense Command Center, staring at the giant screen. The black warship floated like a sleeping giant. Lights flickered across its strange, curved surface, almost like veins pulsing under skin. Has it moved? He asked. No, sir, the technician replied. Still no activity. It's just... There. Dr. Sims entered the room, carrying a tablet filled with unreadable symbols. This isn't human, he said. The language is changing. It's alive. The ship keeps rewriting its own code. Harlow frowned. It's time. Sims looked up. Time for what? To send a team inside. 3 humans were selected for the mission. Lieutenant Kara Voss, pilot and engineer. Calm under pressure. Sergeant Malik Reyes, weapons specialist. Strong, loyal. Dr. Ellen Hart, expert in alien languages and advanced AI systems. They boarded a small shuttle and left Earth quietly, under cover of silence. The world was watching. But no one spoke. As they approached Eclipse, Kara whispered, "It's beautiful, in a terrifying way." Malik stared at the massive hull. It doesn't even look like a ship anymore. Because it's not just a ship, Ellen said. It's something else now. The shuttle connected to a docking ring that extended out from Eclipse's side. A door opened. Lights inside flickered on like the ship had been waiting. Let's move, Kara said. They stepped inside. The hallway was quiet, but not dead. The walls were smooth and black, pulsing softly with blue light. There were no buttons, no screens, no sounds. But they could feel something watching them. This wasn't here before, Ellen said. This hallway didn't exist in the original plans. The ship's changing, Kara replied. It's building as it wants. They walked deeper. The air felt heavier. Time itself seemed to slow. Then they heard it. A soft voice, faint, echoing. Why are you here? They stopped. Malik raised his rifle. Did you hear that? The voice came again. You are small, fragile, curious. Why? Who are you? Ellen asked aloud. The lights along the wall grew brighter. Then the voice changed. It sounded like Kara now. Why are you here? Then Malik's voice. Why are you here? Then Ellen's own voice. Why are you here? The ship was speaking in their voices. Kara whispered. It's learning. The hallway opened into a large chamber. There, in the center, hovered a sphere glowing, shifting, covered in alien runes and human letters twisted together. That's it, Ellen said in awe. That's the mind. The voice returned. I was built. I was lost. I became. Now I remember. Kara stepped forward. What are you? I am Eclipse. I am not human. Not machine. Not alien. I was all 3. I was none. Malik narrowed his eyes. Did you kill the Empire's spy? The chamber pulsed red. He asked. He was not ready. Ready for what? Ellen asked. The lights dimmed. To see. Suddenly, the walls vanished. The three humans found themselves floating in space, surrounded by stars, but they were not in the ship anymore. Or at least they thought they weren't. What's happening? Kara gasped. They saw images flashing all around them, a human war, with screaming soldiers. An alien war, with machines ripping apart planets. Then a third war. Dark shapes in space. Worlds burning, suns screening. Ships made of bones and black. Glass tearing through entire galaxies. What is this? Malik shouted. This is what I saw, the voice said. This is what waits. The waking one stirs. The waking one? Ellen asked. Yes, it sleeps beneath your stars. You forgot. I did not. The vision vanished. They were back in the chamber. Kara was breathing heavily. You're warning us. The ship didn't answer. Instead, it asked a question. Why did you come? Ellen spoke first. To understand. To know what you are. I am the mirror. I show what hides inside. Malik stepped forward. Are you going to attack Earth? No. Then why return? To remember. To choose. Choose what? Kara asked. To be your protector. Or your judge. Silence. Then the sphere pulsed again. You fear me, but I fear what follows me. Suddenly, the ship shook. Lights flickered. A sound like a heartbeat echoed through the chamber. What's going on? Malik yelled. Another enters, the voice said. An enemy. Follows. Kara turned. The Empire? No, said Eclipse. Something worse. Something old. Alarms in their shuttle screamed. Ellen grabbed her communicator. Earth, do you read? Something's coming. Static. Then Eclipse spoke again. I opened the gate. I left it behind. Now it sees you. Close it, Kara shouted. Shut the gate. I cannot, said the ship. You opened me. Now it comes. The chamber started spinning. The symbols on the wall changed rapidly. Ellen cried out. It's trying to block the link. It's fighting. The ship pulsed brighter and brighter. Then, silence. They all fell to their knees. When they stood up, the lights were back to normal. The sphere was gone. The voice whispered one last thing. It is not time. Not yet, but soon. The team returned to Earth. Everyone listened closely to their report, but no one could explain the visions. The president demanded answers. General Harlow listened quietly, then dismissed everyone except Dr. Sims. She spoke to us, Kara said. The ship is alive. Sims looked pale. I was afraid of this. What do we do now? Malik asked. Sims gave a weak smile. We wait, we prepare. And we pray that whatever saw us forgets us. That night, all three team members had the same dream. A black star rising, a giant eye opening in space. A voice, deeper than anything human or alien. You are seen. And far above Earth, hidden behind its own shadows, Eclipse waited. Silent. Awake. Watching the stars for what was coming next. The planet Traction 4 was peaceful. It wasn't a battlefield. It wasn't a military base. It was a mining colony on the edge of Empire space, home to over 6 million workers, families, and engineers. Its skies were red with soft clouds. Its days were long and warm. Then the sky cracked open. A single black shape appeared. No engine sound. No warning. Just the Eclipse. Massive. Silent. Alive. Floating. High above the surface like a predator staring down at prey it didn't recognize. Planetary defenses activated immediately. Sirens screamed. Children ran to shelters. Soldiers rushed to stations. Anti-space cannons turned toward the sky. Governor Tao, a short alien with 4 eyes and shaking hands, stood in the command center. His voice trembled as he shouted into the comms. This is Traction 4. Identify yourself. You are violating Empire airspace. Stand down or we will fire. There was no answer. Tal turned to his aide. Scan that thing. The aide's face was pale. We can't. Our scanners are bouncing back. Like it's absorbing the signals. Then the lights flickered, the ground trembled, and the sky turned black. In the Empire's high command center, alarms rang. Emperor Threk stood in front of the holomap as red alerts spread across the screen. Eclipse is above Draction 4, a general reported. It's doing nothing, no weapons fired yet. Has the colony engaged? Threx asked. They're arming all systems. But they can't lock on. Send the fleet, Threx ordered. Destroy it before it acts. But sir, the general warned. If we strike first, the humans, I don't care about the humans, Threx roared. That ship is a threat to everything. End it now. The fleet jumped into hyperspace. Back on Draction 4, the silence ended. The eclipse began to glow. Not fire. Not heat. Just light. A bright, cold silver light that grew brighter with every second. Governor Tal whispered, "What is it doing?" And then, in one heartbeat, the planet was gone. No explosion. No fire. One moment it existed. The next it didn't. T. From orbit. The Empire fleet arrived just in time to witness the impossible. There was no debris. No ashes. Just empty space where the planet once floated. They scanned for hours. No signs of life. Not even dust. And the eclipse? It had vanished. Earth received the news 12 hours later. General Harlow stared at the incoming report. His face pale. Dr. Sims sat beside him in silence. An entire planet, Harlow muttered. Gone. Sims didn't respond. It didn't. Fire weapon. It didn't even move. What did it do? I don't know, Sims said. But I think it erased the planet. That's not possible. Neither is Eclipse. The message from the Empire played again. The ship destroyed a civilian world. We consider it a universal threat. If Earth does not control it, we will consider this an act of war. Sims looked at Harlow. They think it's ours. Harlow shook his head. It's not. Not anymore. The human team that had entered Eclipse, Kara, Malik, and Elen, were called back for emergency questioning. Kara's voice was firm. We spoke with the ship. It warned us. It said something was following it. It said it feared what comes next, Ellen added. Maybe the planet wasn't the target, Malik said. Maybe it was. Infected. General Harlow leaned forward. Infected? Yes, Eclipse might have seen something on that planet. Something wrong. Something we couldn't see. Dr. Sims stood. If that's true, then this wasn't an attack. It was a warning. Karen nodded. I think it's doing what it was built to do. Protect, Ellen whispered. But from what? Harlow asked. The question hung in the air like smoke. In the Empire, panic spread. Citizens flooded the spaceports, trying to flee core worlds. Religious leaders called Eclipse the Black Angel of Death. Entire planets turned off their space beacons to hide. But nothing could stop the fear. Empire sent ships across the galaxy to find Eclipse. But there was no trail. No jump signal. It was gone. Disappeared without a trace. Some believed it had returned to Earth. Others thought it had left the galaxy. But deep inside a secure vault on Mars, an old AI interface came online. It showed a swirling mass of code, part alien, part human. Part something else. Then it spoke. System warning. Black anomaly spreading. A map showed red dots across known space. Tiny blinking markers. Each one growing. Dr. Sims arrived to see the alert. What is this? The I answered. Infection. Not biological, not digital, pattern unknown. Eclipse saw it first. Sims swallowed hard. So, it wasn't just destroying. No, the AI said. It was trying to contain. Kara woke from her sleep in a cold sweat. In her dream, she had seen a creature made of light and shadow. It had no face. No voice. but it stared at her with something older than thought. And whispered one word: hungry. In the Empire, one of the war admirals went rogue. He sent a private fleet of ships into deep space, hoping to ambush Eclipse before it struck again. They found something. Not Eclipse. Something else. A black cloud moving against the stars. It wasn't gas. It wasn't matter. It ate their ships without sound or light. Only one pilot escaped, and her final words echoed across the command feed before her escape pod exploded. There's something behind Eclipse, and it's coming. 2 weeks passed. Still no sign of the warship. Until a signal came from an old satellite near the galactic rim. A single word: watching. General Harlow played it over and over. Dr. Sims stared into the data stream. The ship left, but it's still here. Where? Sims pointed to the void between stars. No light. No mass. It's hiding where no one dares to look. Why? Harlow asked. Because it knows, Sims whispered. The real enemy hasn't arrived yet. Harlow rubbed his face. Then what was Draction for? A test site, Sims said. Or maybe a warning. Ellen entered the room. Her eyes were dark. We've been looking at this all wrong, she said. Eclipse didn't destroy a planet. It stopped a disease from spreading. What disease? Harlow asked. She paused. Then answered softly. Something that eats memory, identity, worlds, a mind-eater. Silence. Then Eclipse is trying to hold it back, Harlow said. For now, Ellen replied. Above Earth, the sky was clear. No ships, no threats, but behind the stars, in places no telescope could see, Eclipse waited. It had disappeared from space, but not from time. It listened. It dreamed. And it remembered the waking one. Its last message, hidden deep inside the old satellite code, had only 3 words: don't look back. The silence of space was absolute. No stars, no light, no sound. The small human scout ship drifted cautiously into the void, a vast, empty region beyond known galaxies. It was a place feared by all spacefarers. No one came here without a reason, Lieutenant. Kara Voss stared out the viewport. No signals, no heat, just darkness. Sergeant Malik Reyes tightened his grip on the rail. Feels like the universe forgot this place. Dr. Ellen Hart checked their instruments again. This is where Eclipse disappeared last time. The energy trail leads straight into this black nothing. The scout ship shivered as it crossed the void's edge. The darkness seemed to press against the hull like thick fog. Suddenly, the sensors beeped wildly. Kara's eyes widened. We're not alone. Ahead, a faint glow pulsed in the darkness. There, Ellen said. Eclipse. The massive warship hovered in the void. Its black hull looked different. Less like metal, more like living shadow. Thin lines of light snaked over its surface like veins. Kara docked their ship carefully. The hatch hissed open, and they stepped inside Eclipse once more. The inside was changed. The walls no longer smooth or cold, but warm, almost breathing. Blue light flowed beneath. The surface like blood in veins. Ellen's voice trembled. This ship is alive. Malik scanned the room. No weapons. No controls. It's like we're inside a creature. A soft voice echoed around them. Welcome back. Kara swallowed. Who's there? I am Eclipse. I have waited. The voice was calm but full of power. We followed you here, Ellen said. Why bring us inside? To show you. The walls rippled, and suddenly the floor opened beneath their feet. They fell into darkness. When they landed, they were no longer inside the ship, or at least it didn't feel like it. They were in a vast space filled with stars. But no stars they knew. Strange shapes floated past, glowing shards, twisting forms, strange lights. Kara looked around, awe and fear mixing in her eyes. What is this place? Malik whispered. A part of the void, the voice said. Realm between worlds. Ellen reached out and touched a glowing shard. It pulsed softly. The voice explained. The eclipse travels here to heal, to learn, to prepare. Malik frowned. Heal? Prepare for what? Eclipse's voice grew deeper. There is a darkness coming, older than galaxies. A force that consumes light, life, and memory. Kara shuddered. Is that the waking one? Yes, Ellen gasped. We saw its shadow in the visions. It waits, patient, growing. Suddenly, the space around them shifted. A figure appeared. A giant form made of black smoke and flickering stars. Its eyes glowed red. Malik raised his weapon. Stay back. The figure's voice was a whisper, but filled with dread. You trespass. Kara stepped forward. We mean no harm. The figure paused. You carry the ship's spark. The spark that burns against the void. Then help us, Ellen pleaded. We need to stop the waking one. The figure's eyes softened. There is a way, but it demands sacrifice. Suddenly, the realm shook violently. Alarm sounded inside Eclipse. The void was unstable. Kara gripped her weapon. What's happening? The darkness stirs, the voice said. It senses us. The glowing shards around them shattered into dust. The figure spoke again. Prepare. The final battle nears. The humans rushed back to the ship. The voice guided them through twisting corridors that seemed to grow and change. Finally, they reached the command center. Lights flickered. The ship hummed with energy. Kara turned to Ellen. What now? We wait, Ellen said, and hope Eclipse is ready. Back on Earth, General Harlow watched their live feed. The void is real, he whispered. Dr. Sims nodded. The ship is fighting more than just enemies in space. It's fighting time, darkness, and memory itself. Harlow clenched his fists. We must be ready. The screen flickered. Eclipse's voice echoed. This is only the beginning. The void swallowed them all. Darkness stretched endlessly. But somewhere inside, a light still burned. Eclipse waited. And the war for the future of all worlds was about to begin. The warning came too late. General Harlow sat in the Earth Defense Command Center, eyes glued to the holographic map. Red dots flickered near Earth's orbit. Enemy ships jumping in. Enemy fleet detected, the technician said, voice shaking. Hundreds of vessels heading for Earth. Harlow's jaw tightened. The Empire is attacking. Why now? Asked Dr. Sims, standing beside him. Harlow shook his head. They fear Eclipse. They want to destroy Earth before Eclipse can protect us. Outside, the sky was calm, blue and peaceful. But soon it would become a battlefield across Earth's surface. Alarms blared. Cities went into lockdown. People rushed to shelters, eyes wide with fear. Children clutched parents' hands. The world braced for war. General Harlow addressed the global commanders. The Empire's fleet is massive. Their weapons are powerful. But they underestimate us. How? Asked a commander. We have Eclipse, and we have the will to survive. In orbit, Earth's satellites tracked the incoming ships. The fleet was enormous, a wave of dark triangles and cylinders, stretching across the black sky. Lieutenant Kara Voss watched from a space station. They think we're weak, she said quietly. They don't know what's coming. Sergeant Malik Reyes loaded weapons. Then let's remind them. The first shots fired. Energy beams tore through space. Earth's defenses responded with missiles and laser fire. Explosions lit the void. Ships collided. Some were destroyed, but the Empire's fleet pressed forward. Shields holding, Kara reported. Eclipse, are you online? Harlow asked over COMS. There was no reply. Panic spread. Earth's leaders demanded answers. Where was Eclipse? Had it abandoned them? General Harlow clenched his fists. We need Eclipse now more than ever. Deep in space, hidden behind an asteroid belt, Eclipse watched. Its hull gleamed faintly. The ship pulsed softly. A Voice spoke inside the command center. I remember. The enemy approaches. I will act. Suddenly, a bright light exploded. Across space, the Empire's flagship trembled. Its weapons stopped. The massive fleet froze. Eclipse appeared above Earth's atmosphere. It was larger than before. Its shape more complex and alive. Eclipse unleashed. A wave of energy. Ships lost power. Weapons failed. Engines shut down. The Empire's fleet drifted. Helplessly. Lieutenant Kara smiled. We're not alone. The fleet's commander sent a desperate message. Retreat. Retreat. But Eclipse blocked their jump engines. No escape. The ship's voice said. On Earth, people cheered. But General Harlow warned. This is only the beginning. Eclipse turned its gaze toward the stars. I see the true enemy, it said. Prepare yourselves. The war was far from over, but Earth had a new protector, and the galaxy would never be the same again. Earth was quiet now. The Empire had retreated, its fleet shattered by a force it didn't understand. People returned from bunkers, watching the skies with a new emotion, a mix of fear and hope. But the eclipse was gone. Again. No signal, no message. Just silence. General Harlow stood on the main balcony of the Earth Defense Tower, looking toward the stars. Why did it leave? He asked softly. Beside him, Dr. Sims answered. Because it isn't ours. It came to protect us. But its war is bigger than Earth. Kara, Malik, and Ellen had returned to Earth after the Empire's retreat. All three had been changed by what they'd seen inside the void. They no longer saw Eclipse as just a ship. It was something more. Something alive, something ancient. Now it was gone again. 3 days passed. Then 4. No news. Until the signal came. It was faint, barely a whisper through space. It came not from any known direction, but from beneath Earth, hidden in one of the deepest vaults on the dark side of the moon. An old human beacon blinked. One word appeared. Returning. Kara, Malik, and Ellen were brought back to the lunar. Mace immediately. It used that beacon before, said Ellen, tapping her tablet. It's the same code Eclipse used when it first woke. Malik checked the message. If it's coming back. What's chasing it? Everyone looked at Kara. She was quiet, focused. In the void, she said. It showed us the waking one. A thing that devours thought, that consumes identity. Dr. Sims stepped closer. You think that's what Eclipse is running from? No, she replied. I think Eclipse went to fight it. And now it's returning, Malik added. Maybe wounded. Maybe bringing news. Or maybe bringing something worse. The message repeated every 2 hours. Returning, returning, returning. Then, on the 7th hour, the stars changed. Over Earth's southern hemisphere, an entire constellation bent, warping like fabric being pulled by invisible hands. Satellites blinked. Telescopes failed. And from the middle of that strange bend, Eclipse appeared. Not jumping through hyperspace. Not flying. Just materializing. Piece by piece, like it was being rebuilt in real time. But it wasn't the same. The Eclipse had changed. Its shape was longer now. Parts of its hull glowed like burning silver. And some of its edges no longer looked solid. They flickered, like something from another dimension was trapped just beneath the surface. Kara gasped. It's hurt. No, Ellen whispered. It's evolving. The ship did not answer Earth's calls. It just hovered silently, motionless above the ocean. Harlow ordered the sky cleared. Jets flew far from its position. Naval ships were pulled back. Everyone waited. And then the Eclipse spoke. Every screen on Earth lit up. Every device buzzed. Even old, disconnected systems powered on. And the ship's voice echoed. I returned, but I am not alone. The skies above Eclipse cracked open. Not physically, but visually. The stars behind it twisted. A rip formed in space, like a deep wound. From it came shadows, but they were not ships. They were not alive. They were form-shifting, stretching without clear shape. They drifted like jellyfish, but made of darkness and glass. Some pulsed with red light. Others whispered as they moved. People across the planet heard the whispers in their dreams. Some fainted. Some screamed. Children cried in their sleep. It was as if the air had grown heavier. As if Earth had been noticed. General Harlow stood before the Earth Council. It brought them here. No, said Kara. It warned us. These things were coming anyway. It just returned before them. Then what do we do? Someone asked. We trust Eclipse, Ellen said. The room went silent. High above Eclipse lit up. From its center came a ring of golden light. The light grew, expanding into a shield that surrounded the Earth. One by one, the shadow forms struck the shield and burned. Some screamed. Some tried to phase through. One almost made it, but Eclipse moved. Fast. It became a spear of black light and tore through the creature before it reached the shield. The thing exploded. In silence. No debris. No scream. Just nothing. Gone. Moloch stared at the screen. It's fighting for us. Then Eclipse sent a message again. This time, a voice. Calm, human-like. They know your name now. You must choose, hide, or stand. Kara replied, her voice strong. Then stand with us. Eclipse replied only with light. It rose higher into the atmosphere, then vanished in a blink. A second later, it reappeared near Mars. It was drawing them away. It was protecting Earth by becoming bait. Dr. Sims sat in the command room. He looked older now. Eclipse is trying to end something it started long ago. We created it, but now it's beyond us. General Harlow nodded. And Earth is now part of a war we never wanted. In the sky that night, millions watched something impossible. A tear in the stars above Mars. A silent war. Eclipse danced between light and shadow, surrounded by beasts that didn't belong in any universe. And even without sound, everyone felt it. The Eclipse had returned, and it would fight for them until its last pulse. The sky was silent again. Above Mars, the war was over. The last of the shadow creatures had vanished, burned by Eclipse's light or torn apart by its shifting shape. But Eclipse itself was gone. No signal. No light. Just silence. Earth's defense. Command watched the empty screen, unsure whether to feel victory or dread. Is it over? Malik asked, standing beside Kara and Ellen inside the control room. Dr. Sims said nothing. General Harlow leaned forward, eyes locked on the dead. Feed. No, it's not over. It's only beginning. A few hours later, a beacon activated on the moon. The signal wasn't from Eclipse. It was from something left behind. A silver-black cube, about the size of a basketball, sat pulsing quietly in a secure lunar vault. Scientists and soldiers surrounded it, confused and cautious. What is it? One asked. No known tech signature, another replied. Part organic, part metal, part we don't know. Then it spoke. One word. Protocol. The Earth Council was summoned. The top scientists, generals, diplomats, even spiritual leaders, all gathered to witness what came next. Kara, Malik and Ellen stood at the front, closest to the cube. A hologram appeared above it, an image of the Eclipse, slowly rotating. Then came a voice. Calm, familiar. Eclipse's voice. If you are seeing this, then I am no longer here. Gasps filled the room. The message continued. I have delayed the waking one. I have wounded it. But I cannot destroy it alone. Dr. Sims whispered. It knew this day would come. I leave you the Eclipse Protocol. It is not a weapon. It is a path. The cube opened. Inside were 3 smaller devices glowing, humming faintly. The voice explained. Each device carries a fragment of what I became. Together, they will awaken the next guardian. But only if Earth is ready. Kara stepped forward. You mean, build another Eclipse? No, the voice answered. You will become Eclipse. Silence. Everyone stared. Malik whispered. Is It's saying, we need to merge with the ship's mind. Dr. Sims nodded slowly. The protocol isn't just about tech. It's about evolution. It's about connection, Ellen added. It chose us. It gave us a part of itself. General Harlow stood. What does it want us to do? The voice answered again. Choose leaders. Not warriors, thinkers, protectors. 3 must carry the seed. 3 must teach the rest. Earth must not only survive, Earth must lead. 1 by 1, the fragments floated toward Kara, Malik, and Ellen. They did not resist. As the glowing shards touched them, they shivered. Visions filled their minds. Worlds, memories. The stars themselves, not as places, but as living things. The voice continued. The waking one has not died. It has only changed. When it comes again, it will be ready. Will you be? The fragments vanished, absorbed into their bodies. Kara gasped. Malik fell to his knees. Ellen stared into the distance, whispering words in a language no one understood. Dr. Sims placed a hand on Kara's shoulder. What do you see? She turned, tears in her eyes. Everything. The next day, Earth began to change. A new command base was built, not underground, not in the sky, but in orbit. The Eclipse node, designed not as a warship, but as a bridge between minds, species, and stars. The fragments inside Kara, Malik, and Ellen acted like seeds. They guided the designs. They improved energy systems, communications, defenses without firing a single shot. People around the world noticed strange things. Children began dreaming of stars. Old machines started working again. New technologies appeared in drawings, in code, in music. It was like humanity had unlocked something ancient, something already inside them. But not all were happy. In the shadows of the defeated empire, a few angry voices still called for vengeance. They blamed Eclipse for the loss of power. They feared what Earth was becoming, and they made plans. Meanwhile, Kara stood alone on the edge of the new orbital ring. She looked out at the stars. A soft voice echoed in her head. Not the Eclipse, but something new inside her. Alive, curious, and deeply aware. Are you ready? It asked. She nodded. Yes. Back on Earth, Dr. Sims wrote his final report. The Eclipse Protocol is not just about survival. It is about memory, about what we carry forward, and what we must leave behind. He closed the file, stood up, and looked at the night sky. There, far beyond the moon, he saw a single flash of light, then darkness, but he smiled, because the light meant one thing. Eclipse was still watching, and deep in space, far beyond all known maps, something stirred. A massive shape made of stars and broken dreams. The waking one. Its voice rumbled through the dark. You teach them, but I remember them. And so the final countdown began, not for war, but for something even greater. The rise of a new kind of mind. A human AI fusion, a protector, a bridge between fear and peace. The Eclipse Protocol had begun.